Did you know that Koffing and Weezing's original names were going to be LA and NY? They changed it though because those are stupid names. Anyone else love Weezing? I love Weezing. I love Weezing. I do quite like Weezing a lot. So as a big Weezing fan, I think it's only fit that we make Weezing work somehow. So here's Weezing. It's not particularly great. People tried to make it work for a little bit and then it kind of fell off. Rocket's Weezing is a very unique card in that its attack does 40 damage for each Pokemon that has Koffing or Weezing in its name. It's actually not that unique now that I think about it, but what's special about this is that Rocket's Weezing is a different card from regular Weezing, and Rocket's Koffing is a different card from regular Koffing, which means that you could play, if you wanted to, 8 Koffing and 8 Weezing, and just fill up your bench with these guys and attack for kind of a lot of damage, and that's what this deck is trying to do. On top of that, being Team Rocket's Weezing gives you access to another set of funny cards, all of this Team Rocket suite of supporters, which are kind of hard to use since we're mixing them with regular Koffing and Weezing when those cards really want you to run a pure Team Rocket themed deck, but we can kind of make it work. So for the deck list here, we have 4 Koffing from Journey Together. We have 4 Team Rockets Koffing, which when attacked places 2 more Koffing from your deck to the field, which is great. 4 of our Rockets Weezing, 2 of our regular 1/1 Weezing, which when this card is knocked out by an attack, you flip a coin and its heads knock the opponent's attacking Pokemon out, which is not great, but it's pretty funny, so we're playing 2 of it. 1 Pheasantipity, 1 Cornerstone Ogerpon, and 1 Pikachu EX, both these are just Terra Pokemon that can stay alive for a little while. We have 3 Hilda, 3 Lily's Determination, 3 Team Rockets Archer, which is basically just Unfair Stamp, 2 Rockets Petrol, which searches out a trainer card, 2 Boss's Orders, 1 Rockets Proton, which is a support that can be used going first to set up quickly, 1 Chorus's Tenacity, 3 Ultra Ball, 3 Nest Ball, 2 Rockets Transceiver to search out our other Rocket cards, 2 Sacred Ash, 2 Night Stretcher, 1 Prime Catcher, 2 Brave Angle, 2 Air Balloon, 3 Area Zero Underdepths to extend the bench. We have, of course, our Terra Pokemon to use with that, 4 Team Rockets Energy, 3 Reversal Energy, and 2 Darkness Energy. So as always with meme decks, there's a lot of room to switch things around. For example, you don't really need to be playing Underdepths. You can try a neutralization package instead, and then you cut out all the Terra Pokemon and maybe that's better. The issue is these Terra Pokemon literally cannot attack. We have Prime Catcher to get them out of the active. We have the energy just to attach and discard, but that does pose kind of a serious threat, which is that they can just gust up one of these guys and we're trapped there. The other issue this deck faces is damage output. You can attack with Weezing and get a maximum of 280 if you have an absolutely perfect setup, but that's probably never happening. And Typhlosion just gets there with way less work. But this is a lot funnier, so that's what we're going with. We lose the coin flip. Oh, but they're being nice, which is nice. We want to go first so we can like set up our Koffings and evolve on next turn and attack. But going second isn't the end of the world. I mean, with this deck, we're losing anyways, but that's okay. We're going first. And so they are in for the surprise of their lifetime when they see Team Rocket's Koffing make an appearance. And we'll just start with that. So immediate issue here is we cannot attack yet. And they're on Charizard, which is okay. We'll do this, do this. We could retreat, but that's bad. Pass turn. And so obviously the issue here is they are playing a competitively viable deck and we are playing Koffing. Maybe this could work out. Maybe we'll have a good showing. They're playing Klefki and Charmander. They could technically attack with Klefki to stop my abilities, but that seems bad. Artisan gets another basic as well. I actually don't know why you'd play Klefki here. It shuts me down later, I guess, but for right now it's completely useless. And also it's still on your bench. There's Duskull. They might have like a TM evolution play set up and they're just preparing for that. Yeah, there's a Jet Energy on the Klefki, which does bring it into the active. And they can attack for 10 and I can't use Smog Signals, but also they get rid of the Weezing, which is actually really unfortunate. We do have Hilda, so it's not the end of the world. And they're going to use Evo here. There's Charmeleon and Pidgeotto. Okay, makes sense. Now it's our move though, so we can get real setup. I'll start with Artisan just to see what else we can get here. Rocket's Koffing is obviously better to have in play. We could try to keep a bench face open for the Terra play, but I also don't know how likely that is to even matter. We did prize Pikachu, but Cornerstone still walls them out. I don't really know what else there is to do here. I don't even remember my own deck list, if we're being honest. Bench a Koffing, play Hilda, get this Weezing. We prized 1 of the Rockets Weezing, which is not a big deal. I guess we'll get this one. I'll throw this down. I could put down Rocket's Energy, but the thing is we're getting knocked out anyway, so I might as well just keep those around. And we'll just attack with Explode and take out the Klefki. We get 1 from that. And there's Proton. A bit late, but it's okay. So this isn't really ideal. Yeah, this just isn't really perfect yet. We can Petrol for Ultra Ball. It's not the end of the world. We have Weezing for next turn as well. It's just kind of awkward here. There's Charizard, and that's the other thing, is how are we dealing with Charizard? I have no clue. If nothing else, at least the prize trade is on our side, I guess, kind of. There's another Charmander coming down, and then they're gonna draw 8 new cards. That's kind of crazy. I also don't know how much I should care about Dusknoir. Like, obviously they can hit hit a Koffing, lower our damage output, but I don't know how much that matters. The important thing here really is just the prize trade. Fez is at least solid. It's a target for us. We can just attack it with a Brave Bengal equipped Weezing and Oko it. But again, it's not ideal. There's Shaman and Arvengon. There's Dusknor. Yeah, we'll see what they choose here. We're gonna quick search next. They could rare candy. They could take out my Weezing, but then I bring in my Koffing and I get to use the Smog Signal, so I don't really think that's a huge... Yeah, like, okay, sure. And this is still one prize for one prize. They're taking out the bench Koffing. That makes much more sense. Unfortunately, my opponent is decent at the game. That's also not very helpful. There's Zard coming in and maximum belt for no reason. We are in immense danger right now. That's all I can really say. This is not great. Me when I have to use Artisan because I'm bored. But I think this is alright. Air Balloon is something, I guess. We Artisan now, get a hold of another Koffing. Play this Koffing. We will Petrol here and get a hold of something. Question is, what is here that isn't worthless for us? Because we can get a trainer, we can get Weezing and attack for 200, but then what? I think I'll get this one because I'm out of time. I'm stupid. We'll just do that, attach this to you on the bench, and I will simply end my turn there. So that's rough, very telegraphed, unfair stamp coming in. I could have taken Ultra Ball, gotten Weezing, and then attacked, but then the issue is next turn I'm just out of tools entirely. They can do that, whatever. Charmeleon number 2. We're gonna quick search next. There's Dusclops. Luckily, Dusclops itself doesn't do anything. We'll get the one Koffing that's still left here. And we'll play this Koffing. Prime Catcher is interesting. I think that's actually, we want to do that for sure. Air Balloon U. Prime Catcher, bring in Bez, and I'll bring in this Koffing. Then we will, suppose we could touch Darkness. We don't need to, but we could. This one, I guess, and then we'll get some new cards. Alright, well, we could Nest Ball, or we could also not do that. I don't know. I think we start with Rocket's Transceiver, search out a trainer card. We can get probably the other Archer. Then we can Nest Ball for Fez, or we can also... No, we have to Nest Ball for Fez. We don't have we have no signs of Weezing here, which is bad. And then we only have one Weezing in the discard pile, but I think it's kind of worth putting back these ones. I'll keep one there just to maybe help my odds. I don't know what I'm doing. And we'll draw 3, which are not what I'm looking for. Retreating to you, and then end turn again. That's very unfortunate, because now our Prime Catcher is just basically offline. There's a Mist Energy, which is just a retreat, but still. Here comes you, it's whatever. Boss's orders to bring in the Fez. Okay, now I just can't catch a break. That's rough. We'll bring in this one. Somehow get something playable, but we don't have enough gusting to do that. Can Ultra Ball get rid of Nest Ball? Actually, I think we want a Nest Ball for Ogre Pawn and just try to stall them out, but they can just search Boss's orders, so that's kind of a questionable game plan. Am I stupid? Oh, it wasn't a Rocket's Pokemon that was knocked out, so I can't even do that. Okay. Bring in you, and then we just wait patiently. It's over. There's nothing to be done. Yeah, and that's the end of the game. We'll give them a thumbs up because we're playing Weezing. You know, we tried. I think that's kind of a deck building issue. We might really desperately need Counter Catcher, which is kind of awkward because it's a single prize deck, so why would you ever want to be behind? But, you know, it might be necessary. Win the coin flip. I think we basically always want to go first here. Cool. So we lead Koffing because what else are we going to do? And we realize we didn't draw into anything, so we're in a lot of danger. But, you know, it looks like we're both playing bad decks, so there's something. I get great tested. They want to spam the land collapse to get rid of my deck. This is something that we might actually be able to beat because we don't care about any of their wall cards. And Artisan is actually very, very nice for us, so that's greatly appreciated. Obviously, they're going to use their engine to draw a bunch of cards, but we will also be getting set up soon enough. They're attaching their Great Tusk. If they attach a Soul Rock and then you switch, we would have lost, which is really funny. Luckily, that is not the case. We'll just get Rocket's Koffing, play this Koffing, put a Rocket's Energy on the Koffing, and we'll do 10 just for the fun of it, and that's it. They're going to Artisan again. That's fine. This is actually a weirdly good matchup for us. They're not knocking out any of our Weezing, so we're going to be OHKOing their entire board. They are going to land collapse for 1, but again, I'm just not that concerned. We can bring in Weezing, use Artisan again, another Rocket's Koffing, charge this one up as well. Then we can just treat here. Now we do have a choice between knocking out the Great Tusk or stopping their draw engine, and I think, well, they have Artisan up, so it doesn't really matter. So I think we'll just take out the one that has energy and stop that at least. We don't take any prizes, but they were always going to bring that thing in again and again, so we had to knock it out eventually. Great Tusk number 2 appears. There's Sawdust Vitality. They're going to draw their 3. They're on track to deck themselves up faster than they decked me out, which is really funny. I'm just going to land class for 4. Oh, 3 more. Yeah, they get 4. And now we're on our side of things again. Do we have enough to knock them out anyways? I think we'll play this. And then we can Nest Ball or Artisan. I don't even know if I want to. I'll get another Koffing, I guess. And we'll just keep preparing these guys, I guess. I'm not going to play Nest Ball. I want to keep an amount of cards in my deck. Okay, we'll do this much at least. And Night Stretcher is a very good card when they're putting stuff in my discard for me. So that's greatly appreciated. appreciated. They're going to Artisan themselves, get the 4th Great Tusk. There's Vitality again. They're at 12 in hand now. They're going to Accompanying Flute, but they reveal nothing that's helpful for them. They're going to Pal Pad, put back the Vitalities, and then they're going to start drawing more cards. There's Counter Catcher to bring in, probably a Koffing, but I don't care that much. Gonna mill 4, which is rough. They will simply attach to Koffing, retreat into this Weezing. I think we just want to do as little as possible and just take the knockouts as we can get them. I don't know if it's better to stop this, because they're hopefully stopping from getting set up, or if I want to stop their draw power. So I'm taking out the Tusks, which I mean, right now they're down to the last one. So that seems pretty solid for me, but we'll figure out how this works out. There's Super Rod, that puts back the Tusks. Okay. They're gonna keep using Counter Catcher, which is annoying, but oh well. Accompanying Flute again, gets nothing. There's 4 more cards going, including Prime Catcher, which would have been nice, but oh well. We'll draw this. In this case, we do just Night Stretcher, get back Darkness Energy, and we simply attach and retreat. I'll keep taking out the Tusk. I still have no idea what the right move is. Probably should be taking out the Lunatone, to be honest, but I figure they probably have more in hand by now anyway, so whatever. And Air Balloon is very, very greatly appreciated. They're gonna Artisan again for another Tusk. Vitality again. That's annoying, but okay. They still have less cards in deck than I do, by the way. There's Counter Catcher again, but this time we do not care at all thanks to Air Balloon. And there's gonna mill another 4. Another Air Balloon and an energy card gone is really rough. We'll just have to take it. Attach this to Koffing. We will retreat to Weezing. We will simply attack again. Now it's getting a little close, which is good. And we get Proton, which is useless, but oh well. The scary thing is, how much energy do we even have at this point? Our Dark Energy is gone, but we do have Night Stretcher still in the deck, probably. I haven't checked prizes. There's Iono, which is interesting. That none of the cards in hand are helpful right now, so that's technically good for us. We have Lily's Determination, which we'll probably just hold on to, and they're going to do that. That's actually really bad. Okay, Sacred Ash is gone. That's the one I didn't want to see. I think we do just start with Artisan, see what we can get off of Petrol first of all. We only have 1 energy left in deck, so we have to grab Night Stretcher, attack 1. Yeah, I think that's the play. You have to grab Night Stretcher. We get this, just get a hold of this. Shame we can't get back Air Balloon somehow, but oh well. I'll get this 1 energy back, and now we can attack for 10, so our retreat cost is too high. There's Pal Pad for 2 more Vitalities, Artisan for a Pseudo Wudo, which I guess they can use, but that's not fantastic, I don't think. There's Sada again, get them 3 more cards. They're gonna collapse for, and that gets rid of our less energy. Okay, we might be cooked against this deck of all things. Just keep checking, see what we can get. Yeah, we just don't have anything else we can do here anymore, unfortunately. Best we can do is use Boss's Orders. Boss's Orders brings in something that helps us. I don't want to draw a bunch of cards and help them out. That's the issue. So I'm kind of like stuck there. I don't know what's correct, and I think I kind of have to. So I'll get them deeper, which is bad, but we do draw into Boss's Orders. No reason to play that Weezing. We'll just end turn there. We'll keep seeing what they're doing. There's Pokegear for Vitality again. They played all their Counter Catchers, which means that once we do this, we're actually ahead. All we have to do is they revealed those cards, so they can't put it in the Koffing or the Ogre Palm, what they're going to do. It doesn't make a difference here. Yeah, it's just another card gone. And there's Boss's Orders milled, which is rough. Luckily not the end of the world. We'll just boss again, bring in this Tusk, I guess, and we can retreat, bring in this Weezing, and now we will simply take the knockout. I'll take this. Now it all comes down to whether or not they have Boss's Orders, I guess, which so far they've shown no sign of playing. So that will be the deciding factor here. There's Fighting Gong, which is good for the fact that it doesn't directly threaten us. There's another Fighting Energy. They can use Soul Rock, which is scary, or Lunatone, I mean. They're gonna hope they don't have any outs left in their deck. There's Redeemable Ticket, which means they're searching for some, but I don't know what. There's Nest Ball to get something else. They're getting nothing. Okay, we'll keep waiting here. There's Vitality, which means no Boss's Orders. Counter Catcher's already gone. They're gonna Pal Pad. They're gonna bring us down to 3 cards. And so we barely taken that one. That's crazy, but a win is a win. Can't complain. But when you're struggling against Great Tusk Mail, that's says a lot, doesn't it? And we're back. This is bad. Maybe not too surprising, but this is not great. Weezing is funny, but there's a couple of issues here. First off, just the damage output isn't there. The other Koffings and Weezing literally do nothing at all, and that's kind of unfortunate. The only thing you're doing with this Weezing is letting it die so they can potentially get you an extra prize, maybe. Overall, I think it's just kind of rough. We have this whole package for the Area 0 that's very inconsistent. I don't know if it's even worth considering. The energy cards here, I don't have a problem with. I think this is fine. Surging it out with Hilda, I think is quite nice. It's very weird because, I mean, I feel like, you know, it's nice to play cards like Counter Catcher. It's just you shouldn't want to play a card like Counter Catcher in a deck like this. I don't feel like you can really do much when you're playing from behind, although it kind of ends up being necessary. I struggled because I wasn't able to get the Weezings online and going again and again and again. For type loads, you have a card like Ethan's Adventure to just search out everything you need. We don't really have that luxury. We have Hilda, which does get Weezing plus an energy, but then the issue is when you have a Koffing that's been on the field for a turn, people will play around even the Koffing ability, so it's like it's not like there's a lot you can really prepare for here. So the biggest weakness is not only is this deck extremely telegraphed, but it's also just not doing enough. On the other hand, though, it is extremely funny, which I think is really all that matters when you're playing a deck like Weezing. Would not recommend